The drum beat of 2027 were already echoing across Nigeria when, on the eve of Eid-el-Fitr, a convoy cut through the ancient streets of Kano, and Nigeria held its breath. Peter Obi arrived at Kwankwaso's Miller Road residence, and he did not come alone. He came with Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, Senator Seraki Dixon of Bayelsa, and the firebrand activist Nahajatu Mohammed, a gathering so charged with political electricity that the Salah Ram was almost an afterthought. A massive crowd of supporters swarmed Kwankwaso's compound, jostling and cheering, desperate for even a glimpse of the visiting figures. "Today is not politics, it is the celebration of Salah," he said. The crowd roared anyway, because when a man promises to resurrect dead factories and a collapsed bank in the same breath as Salah greetings, nobody is fooled. He vowed to bring back Bombay, the Shadara industrial zones, and the Bank of the North. All of them. Kano, he declared, will rise again. And in the background, a tectonic shift was quietly rumbling. The gathering of opposition heavyweights, largely from the PDP and the ADC, was widely seen as preparing the ground for Kwankwaso's former exit from his embattled NNPP, a party already shaken by damaging court ruling in Abuja. The North and South, the obedient movement, and the red-capped Kwankwasia, could they truly become one force? Obi himself had already admitted just days earlier that there was no guarantee the ADC would hand him their presidential ticket in 2027. The uncertainty only made the Kano visit more urgent, more loaded. One thing was clear: this was no mere Salah visit. This was the opening move of a very long, very dangerous game. This is where it starts getting uncomfortable for Aso Rock. Go back to 2023. Tinubu won the presidency with 8.79 million votes. Atiku put 6.98 million votes, while Obi got 6.1 million votes. Kwankwaso added 1.5 million more votes. Combine the three opposition candidates together, they outscored Tinubu by nearly 5.8 million votes, a margin so staggering that the APC insiders now describe it as a source of grave concern. Tinubu didn't win in 2023 because Nigerians loved him more. He won because his enemies couldn't stop fighting each other long enough to stop him. Now they are sitting together in Kano, eating Salah rice together. The APC should be very afraid. Obi commands the southeast votes, the youth votes, and the urban centers across Nigeria. Kwankwaso owns the northwest, particularly Kano. In 2023, Tinubu won 12 states only, and Atiku won 12 states also. Peter Obi won 11 states plus the FCT. Kwankwaso won Kano State. The country was split almost perfectly into three opposition pieces. One alliance glues those pieces together, and suddenly Tinubu has no path to victory. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo, the godfather of Nigerian political engineering, has not only approved Obi's defection to the ADC, but has been personally connecting Obi with northern power brokers to ensure the alliance succeeds. A committee has already been set up, and sources say things are actively taking shape. When Obasanjo moves, Nigerian politics shakes. The APC knows this better than anyone. APC knows and is already panicking. The ruling party is trying to project calm, but the cracks are showing. Political analysts describe the Obi-Kwankwaso meeting as a shocker in Nigeria's political landscape, warning that the growing dominance of the APC poses a threat to opposition politics, but equally that a united opposition poses a mortal threat to the APC. One APC chieftain admitted bluntly that the fear is not just Obi, Kwankwaso, and Atiku as individuals, it's about their supporters collapsing their structures into a single platform. That alliance, if it succeeds, will certainly alter the political equation in ways that could swing the balance against the APC in many states in 2027. Tinubu is a crafty politician, someone who built his career on maintaining strong opposition while simultaneously dismantling everyone else's. He will be working, as one analyst put it, day and night to fish out something to whittle down this alliance. Opposition leaders including Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi and former Senate President David Mark signed a joint statement accusing the federal government of weaponizing the EFCC, the Nigerian police and the ICPC to prosecute political opponents under the guise of fighting corruption. Their words were surgical and damning. State power is increasingly being deployed not for the prevention of economic crimes, but for the systematic persecution of perceived political adversaries, with the ultimate aim of weakening opposition voices ahead of 2027 general elections. This is not a fringe accusation. Their claim is that people like Malami and El-Rufai are victims of political persecution under the Tinubu administration. Meanwhile, former APC National Chairman Adams Oshomole once publicly told opposition members to join the APC so that their sins could be forgiven, a remark the opposition now cites as a proof of a two-tier justice system where party membership, not evidence, determines guilt or innocence. The ADC put it plainly that today in Nigeria, one's guilt or innocence appears to depend on party membership, not evidence. The ADC cited a telling example. Since a certain former governor defected to the APC with the state's entire political machinery, EFCC investigation into his administration vanished completely. Not a question asked, not a document leaked, not a single update. Yet the same EFCC continues to reopen old cases against opposition leaders. The ADC warned bluntly that the commission now operates like a department of the APC, deployed to fight government critics and opposition figures, achieving what the government cannot achieve through public debate. Opposition leaders warned that Nigeria is drifting toward a de facto one-party state as waves of governors and lawmakers defect to the APC, some allegedly under pressure or outright intimidation, while the ruling party dismisses all such claims as propaganda. The opposition's message to Nigerians is urgent. They have called for the politicization of the EFCC, an independent review body to examine public accounts from 2015 to 2025, and plan to engage international partners including the US, UK, EU, and the United Nations to raise alarm about the growing misuse of state institutions for political ends. The question now is not whether it is happening. The question is whether anyone will stop it before 2027. The Kano meeting was a beginning, not a conclusion. Whether it becomes a revolution or another footnote of what could have been rests entirely on one thing: whether Peter Obi and Rabiu Kwankwaso can finally answer the question they dodged in 2023. If they find that answer, 2027 will be the most consequential election in Nigeria's democratic history. If they don't, Tinubu will not even need the EFCC. He will only need to wait. This is Impact Media. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video.